Well, it must be a new year because I had to change 2015 to 2016 on my training log. The default still wanted to say 2015. So, hopefully, everyone's having a good new year so far. I am showing you guys the very first workout of the new year. There is a whole lot of benching in this video, so please stick with us. Here we've got Glen trying 225, just see where he's at. And from here we go into our bench routine that I've designed to try and get us both up on a little bit more volume, a little bit more strength in the pressing motions. As I mentioned a couple of times, very lagging in the pressing area, especially bench. You can see there Glen's wound from the appendicitis, where you have a little hole in between his gut there. Sorry if that's kind of grossing you guys out, but that is what he gets to deal with from appendicitis. He is going to be doing 5 sets of 5 in this workout with 195 pounds. I am doing 5 sets of 5 with 245 pounds. And this will be followed by 3 sets of 3. Glen will be working with 225 pounds, and I go up to 285 pounds. And then it's followed by some slingshot work. After that, we do have some farmer's picks and some good mornings and an interesting circuit that we threw together. So it's a pretty long video, and I know you guys don't want to listen to me talk for the whole thing, so I'm going to throw some music in there. If you just want to skip to the various parts, see where we're at, all that will be down below, description of what time it starts, so that you can skip around in the video. Have a good one, everyone. Go lift something heavy. And I am back. So that is pretty much all of the benching there. Just finishing up here with the slingshot. And this is 305 pounds for me. And as I said when I started this out, the goal was to try and do 3 by 6 as many times as we could. And you can see right here, there was just no way I was getting 6. And just grind out that last rep. And here's my daughter. Got a pull-up attachment for the kids. Put some bands around here to give her a little bit of assistance. As we all know, pull-ups are very difficult. So she's knocking out some pull-ups. And my daughter and my son both did some snow tire flips. And I'll post that as a separate video because that was kind of long and trying to keep this as short as I can. But Glen's here. He is actually doing 245 pounds. I didn't mention that. But he's doing pretty good for not having done slingshot for a very long time. But his leg drive is getting a little bit out of control. You can see he is using it, but his butt's coming off the bench a lot. And in the USAPL and the IPF, that is not allowed. So we got to make sure that when he is using the leg drive, his butt's not clearing the bench. So you can see there, I am using the leg drive, and my butt is still staying in contact with the bench the entire time. So could not get a 4th rep there. Again, slingshots just killing me this week. And I think I'm going to keep doing the slingshot afterwards, 20 pounds more than what I do for the 3x3. But I'm definitely going to have to give up on doing 6 reps. So Glen's also having some trouble with this. And this is the last set of bench, and then we can finally move on to something else. Now, I don't even know how many minutes through here, but quite a bit. Definitely a lot of benching was done today, and hopefully it pays off, because I did not get a new bench PR last month.
Hold yourself. There you go. Put your arms straight. There you go.
And just letting my daughter use the dip handles to do some static holds. She's working on her holding strength for gymnastics, being able to hold herself up. And she's getting pretty good at it.
So just up and down.
And here we go.
Just 10 times.
And we begin the farmer.
Unless you want to do a hold for time.
And here's Glen working on the just up and down with the farmer's handles. First one pretty clean, pretty quick. Second one still looking good, a little unstable there.
Shouldn't have thought about it. Gone. Go. Nah. What are you doing? I could have kept going, but I thought about it. Well, go. Nope. Put some more chalk on. Nope. No, don't take the belt off. I answer for that. I'll do it. I'll next step. I thought about the hand pain and stopped. Shut the camera off.
And I just had to leave that conversation in there so you guys could listen to what I've been dealing with. So this farmer's workout went pretty well. I did have some technical difficulties on the last set. And then the last thing we did was, of course, the circuit. So I'm going to go ahead and cue some more music, as everything's pretty easy to watch. No real comments on this other than just making sure that I am pausing each rep, not bouncing it off the floor, and using the momentum to finish the rep. Alright, here we go. So Glen was sitting over there putting his hands over his ears, totally distracted me during the set, as you saw, and had to take a break and start over. Just get my focus back. I wasn't expecting to look over and seeing him looking like a lawn gnome doing one of the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. And this was, as I said, the last set. This is where the technical difficulty started with, of course, looking at Glen being goofy. And then this 9th rep, the clip fell off. And Glen wanted to get a couple more reps in, so we put some straps on and lowered the weight down for him. But yeah, we had to stop it. He almost pooped himself, so that would have been terrible. And we don't want that going on in the gym. So here's where we started doing the circuit and started off with some good mornings. Now this is something we have not done in a very long time, and it's something that I definitely need to start doing more of. The good mornings, even with lighter weight, just destroys my hamstrings. And a lot of it's due to the fact that it's one of the few motions that actually forces me to stretch my hamstrings as much as I can. And underweight, it is pretty difficult to do. Definitely good movement. And you can see here, we're not trying to keep our legs perfectly straight. I've watched many different tutorials on the good morning, and there are a lot of different ways to do it. And how we try and do it is you go back as far as you can, and you allow your knees to bend slightly, but not so much that you're doing a squat. And then the second part of the circuit was to go over here to our chest go machine, and I need to figure out what the real name of this thing is. Anybody want to help me out? I know it's for flies, but I don't know what the machine's called. So until then, the chest go machine or the coat rack, and we try to do 10 reps of flies right after the good morning. And I believe, I want to say we had 70 pounds on this, and we were doing the different grips. So, like I mentioned in the previous video, each one of these different grips hits a different part of your chest muscle, your pec, and you can feel it even doing the small number of reps we're doing. We were kind of doing 5-5-5, so you do 5 with the hands up, you do 5 with the hands out, and you do 5 with the hands on the bottom. And this way Glen kind of went a little bit different than what I just said, but it's still the same basic principle where you're getting all 3 movements in as part of the routine, and pretty good. Definitely can feel the burn. See Glen there shaking his head, trying to push himself through the reps.
Right. You might have to take after
this roll. The chest fly, we went over here to the pulley machine on the old squat rack and did something a little bit different. Instead of using the V-bar handle there, we put a towel through the handle so that you had to use a towel, which is both a back workout and an amazing grip / forearm workout.
So I said,
definitely something that I am going to have to work on. This normally the pulley motion itself with the handle doesn't bother my grip at all, and it's a pretty good back workout. I actually had to also lower the weight when I was doing this because of how much my grip was being worked. My forearms and my hands were definitely the limiting factor. So this is something that we're going to be doing from here on out, at least once every other week, if not more than that. Just trying to make sure that we're getting some extra stimulus in the grip, because grip work never hurts. It's always good to get some grip work in there and make sure that we're training that. Now, I'm going to put music over most of my set.
How was round 1?
It's alright.
as I was pulling it. I gotta take one off. Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot about that. My hand.
Alright, now this one I went ahead and sped up during the whole thing. So we're starting off here with the reverse hyperextensions, which I definitely am having a really good success with so far. Every time I do them, just makes everything feel great. And then we're doing some inverted rows or assisted pull-ups, whichever term you prefer, with the dip station, which actually is a pretty good workout, especially for us fatter guys. And then finished up with some leg curls. So nice little circuit here, and did a couple rounds of that. And for mine, I am going to keep part of this real time, but speed up the beginning. But I wanted to show you guys on the reverse hyper, definitely make sure that you're going down slow. If you go down fast, or you go up really fast and don't resist it on the way down, there's a good chance you could end up pulling your back into a bad position. So just be careful with it. But this is what I really wanted to show you guys here. As I said, this is one of the few exercises that I can actually feel my lats working. But first two went really well. And this one right here. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta stick
I
away from
actually
it a little bit.
did cut open the back of my head
Yeah, you hit your
right
head
there.
against the metal.
Didn't look like I hit it that
So
hard,
stop the camera, you good to
but
go?
now a week later as I'm recording this, it's still scabbed up. So I hit it pretty hard. But you know what? Don't let a little bit of pain
Hit your head again.
with impact. Muscle pain is something you should listen to, but don't let a little pain with impact
Yes,
stop
make sure
you
your
from working
arms are all the way to
out.
the edge.
Go ahead and finish what you had to do.
I'm too fat for that either. Oh. How'd you go for this? What's that? Nothing.
Alright, and that is the end of the workout, just finishing up with leg curls. Like I said, we did circuit, so we tried and do 3 rounds of the circuit, but I didn't want to record all the rounds. It was kind of tricky with the recording. And normally how we like to do it is I follow right behind Glen, and it was just impossible to record. But that's it for the first workout of the year. Hope everyone's having a good workout so far in the new year, and that you got a plan to come up with any goals that you set for yourself. And I will be making a video on that shortly. That's it. Have a good one.